Hello girls, it's Monday. I'm Sarah. I don't know why I always tell you guys that I'm Sarah because you know me by now, I hope. But it is Monday and there are questions to answer and I'm glad Tara is back. We still need to get Itzel to come back. We need to pull her away from Tumblr. But anyway, the question that Tally asked, that was a really weird transition. But anyway, Tally asked if there was anything that we ever wanted, like really, really wanted, and then we finally got it and it was not as exciting as it felt when we didn't have it. I feel like a lot of the things that I wanted as a kid were kind of like that, especially if I really wanted them for a long time and then I finally was able to get them. Because sometimes the wanting is more important than the actual having, because once you have it, it's just kind of like, well, now it's not as special, it's not as elusive. And a good example of that is sitting right in front of me. When I was a kid, I had a friend named Greg Weaver. Don't look him up, that would be mean. But I had a friend named Greg Weaver, and he was one of the first friends that I went to his house to hang out after school. And I remember we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video games, and I got to meet his whole family, and he was really nice. And it was also funny because it was the first time I had been invited over to a friend's house. I was like seven or 8, I think, and we had just moved to Virginia Beach, so it was kind of fancy, special, ooh. But I didn't even realize I should have called my mom to let her know that I was going over to a friend's house. I should have either called her or I should have gone home first. But I was just so excited to be invited over to his house that I didn't even think about that. And so my mom got really mad at me when I got home. But anyway, while I was at his house, I was checking out his toys and his stuffed animals because we were playing too. We were playing video games and we were playing with other things too. And he had a Max doll that came with the book of Where the Wild Things Are. And I really wanted it, and I remember playing with it and thinking it was so cute and asking him if he would give it to me, but he said no because he wanted it because it was his. But he was like, no, you can't have it, it's mine. And I was like, but I really like it. And he told me I could come over again to play with it if I wanted to because I liked it so much. So I did. But I grew up and I never got one of them, and I never actually got really into the book. I just thought that the toy was really cute. And then I finally saw the movie, and when the movie came out, the toys and books came out again, so I went to Blockbuster when Blockbuster was still open in our neighborhood, and they had him. So I got him. But when I got him, I was like, he's cute, but he's not as exciting as he was when I was little, because when I was little, it was just like, wow, it's a little boy dressed as an animal, and he's so cute, and like I would make him go on adventures and stuff. And now that I'm older and I don't necessarily play with things anymore, I was just kind of like, he's really cute, he's gonna sit on my shelf. But whenever I see him, I remember Greg, and I remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, and the hanging out at his house, and the getting in trouble, and I remember all of that, so it brings back memories. But it's not as special as it would have been. But I also feel like if he had given me his toy at the time, it would have also lost some of its specialness, because it wouldn't have been the toy that I coveted, that I saw whenever I went to his house, and that was so awesome, because if he had just given it to me, it would have lost its specialness. And I remember there was, when I was even littler, I was about 4, there was another little boy that I used to play with in my neighborhood. And he had a stuffed Roger Rabbit with a pull string. And I really wanted that too. I really liked stuffed animals of movie characters and book characters when I was a kid. I still do, but he had a pull string, and he said several lines from the movie, and I really wanted him, and I never got him. And he actually offered it to me because he was moving, and he was like, oh yes, you can have him, but somehow we never exchanged hands or anything. And then he moved away, and I recently looked it up on eBay, and you can get it on eBay, but if it's new, it's pretty expensive. And I was also thinking when I was looking at it, would it be as special if I got it now, all these years later? Would I get it and then not really even care about it anymore? So it was just kind of like, maybe it's more special just to remember it, to remember the toy and how awesome it was without owning it. So yeah, this is long-winded. I've probably talked for way too long. Yes, I have. So anyway, I hope you all are having an awesome time. Do you have Pottermore is my question, because I've been talking about Pottermore a lot. Are you interested in Pottermore? That's a good question for this channel too. I know that Tally is interested, so tell me about your Pottermore experience, and if you're excited, if you think it's silly, what you think it's going to be like. And Tara, I will see you tomorrow. Bye!